Hi, this is Chef Ana Garcia from La Villa Bonita Culinary Vacations. We're in Tepoztlán, Morelos in my kitchen. And we're gonna make today one of my favorite soups because you can serve it cold or hot. So it's called Sopa Rosa Mexicano, which means Mexican pink soup. And I really love this soup, like I said, because it's very versatile. And it's one of the first soups I've ever made. I served it in my restaurant Reposado when I used to have it. And I usually serve it hot because to me soup equalizes hot soup, but I also enjoy it cold. I've also had a joke, especially when it's really hot. So it has a very few ingredients. So it has a little bit of onion, some serrano chile, celery, cabbage, a roasted beet. You don't have to roast the beet, but I roasted it a few days ago because we made pizza on the grill and I had it on, so I might as well just roast it. And we have some chicken broth, but you can also use beef broth or even water. Water works well too. So we're gonna first cut our onion in very coarse pieces. It doesn't have to be small, but before I do that, I forgot. I'm gonna start by turning on the stove so it can start getting hot while we're making this. And I'm gonna just put a little bit of olive oil, maybe about a tablespoon. And to that, I'm gonna add another tablespoon of butter. This is a little too much. So I'm gonna put another, especially if you're gonna make it cold, you don't wanna put too much butter because then it's gonna get like kinda coagulated, I would say. So I'm just gonna chop this in smaller pieces just to make sure that, whoops, it was kinda windy. And just gonna put it on my pot right now. And all we want is for it to get softened, okay? Why don't you bring the camera over here, Rob? I'm gonna also just give the celery a quick chop too. Now, if you're planning on making this ahead of time, you can always throw all the veggies into the oven or the grill and roast them all together. But like I said, what we were doing was not really thinking of making soup. We were just roasting a beet because I had a beet and I had the fire and I thought might as well roast it, okay? So I'm gonna get that there. I'm gonna switch you, babe, because babe is my cameraman, who is my husband, Rob. And that's why I'm calling him babe. But, so I just don't talk to my cameraman like that all the time.
So you say.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna move here because that flame is bigger. It's better than this one. And I wanna get it like going. So I'm gonna grab a top to cover it so it can get nice and softened. And I'm gonna add some salt in here too so it can help it soften. And we're also gonna add gracias, sale. And we're gonna add some black pepper that I already previously ground up in our molcajete. You don't have to grind it up in the molcajete. The only reason we use the molcajete is because we're too lazy to have, well, first of all, I don't even own a pepper mill. And second of all, I don't like using them because I feel like it takes me a long time to like just go through it. So I'm just gonna ground it up a little bit more and put it in here. Just put a little bit. And we also have in here some tortilla chips that we have made before for our tortilla soup on a previous episode. And we had a bunch of them left over. And Ale just tossed them in this little dry pan just to kind of freshen them up and make them crunchy again, which they are very crunchy. So I was gonna go get a lid to let this sweat out a little bit. I'm gonna do that. And meanwhile, I was saying this is one of my favorite soups because this is one of the first soups I've ever made in my restaurant. And it just looks very spectacular. And you can add cream to it or not. I usually don't add cream until like I decorate it. And originally it was a cold soup because it really comes from a borscht, which is a beet soup in Russian. But we're adding our Mexican twist by adding a little bit of serrano chile. And I'm gonna take I usually don't take the seeds out of my chiles because then I think like, what's the point? But for the soup, I don't want to make it super hot. So what I'm doing is taking the seeds out and the veins just to make it, just to give that serrano chile flavor, but not make it hot. And then I have some for decoration to put on top. That will be a little hotter. So this is let this get a little bit softer. It's not there yet. I'm gonna cover it again. Okay, I'm gonna cover it again. And should I add the cabbage now? Maybe I should wait. Rob doesn't know. He's just making faces.
Am I cooking? Who's cooking here?
I'm cooking.
Oh,
I know.
Don't ask the cameraman when to stick in the cabbage.
So I'm gonna put in the cabbage now. Just let it sweat too. So what the cabbage does is just give the soup some body without adding too much flavor. But you could also just add more onion and more celery, which I've done before. And instead of putting green cabbage, I'll do purple cabbage if I have it, or just more beef, and that would be fine. But this will give some body. I'll just cover it a little bit and let it sweat a little more. So what should we tell our audience, our huge audience, which I don't have a huge audience, but I just think it's a huge audience.
Tell them about Keep La Villa Bonita cooking.
Okay, so the reason why we're making these videos is because we are all cooped up at home and we're all feeling a little, restless with being at home with our children and homeschooling and with our spouses that might just be going out to work most of the time and not knowing how certain life is going to be. But for me, it's very important to make sure that you all know that we are going to get out of this because we're all together, we're all being safe, and we're going to travel again and we're going to see each other again. So we're asking people to do one of three things, or you can do the three if you want to. One is, please make a reservation with us for a future date. Rob has great promotions. He is letting people make reservations with a date on, so you can decide when you want to come. Make a deposit on a reservation. That also helps a lot. Also, same thing. You can, make your reservation and we'll keep it open for whenever you want or can come. And then the third one is to donate on our GoFundMe, which is for our employees to be able to stay home. We are doing our best to keep them there. We are doing our best to keep them with their salaries, but we don't know when this is going to end, so we need your assistance. And so please help us keep La Villa Bonita cooking. And what else, babe? What else are we doing?
We're doing jigsaw puzzles, right, Ale?
That is very true. Ale's not working, she's doing jigsaw puzzles.
I'm working. I'm supporting you.
You're obsessed, aren't you? You're obsessed with this puzzle.
I mean, it's a family project. The kids were like cooperating and doing with us, but yeah, I'm doing it.
She can't let go of it. That's the problem. Okay, so this looks nice. It actually smells really good. And just like you can see how you have a little caramelization. I always tell my students the biggest mistake people make is they overtouch their food when they're cooking it and don't allow for this nice brown spots to come, which is what gives us flavor. So all I'm gonna do is add in there the chicken broth. And the only reason I'm gonna do it is because I wanna pick up any of those black spots that I have on the bottom of my pot. I'm not gonna really let it boil or anything. It's already cooked. This is homemade chicken broth, but you don't have to use homemade chicken broth. Like I said, you can use, the box stuff. You can use beef broth. You can use water. This is also a great recipe for vegans. Not one myself, but it is a great recipe for vegans. Try not to make a mess, especially after Ale just washed the stove. Sorry, Ale. Oopsies. So this is hot. So I'm gonna grab a rag that Rob doesn't like. He doesn't like my rags, but he's gonna have to put up with it. And we're gonna just pour everything here. And we're gonna serve it not necessarily completely cold because you would want to put it in the fridge. Well, no, you can put it in the fridge and then serve it later for dinner. My kids like it. Not everybody's kids like beets, but they do like this one. That's also why I don't put all the chile in there with the seeds, because Agus cannot, I mean he can, but he doesn't like to eat very spicy. So, and Santi either. So I'm gonna start out with just half the beet and see if Ale gets to eat some of the beet because she likes roasted beets. And she's been eyeing this one. Well, maybe a little bit more. Sorry, Ale. You might not get to eat this roasted beet after all. And we're gonna blend this and see how that goes. And make sure that I don't have purple hands. Put it right there. Let's blend it, Rob. And just get it going. That looks good. So to me, this is Rosa Mexicano. This color, that is Rosa Mexicano, or pink soup. I'm gonna have a little taste just to make sure that it's. Oh, it's nice. It's really nice. Even not super warm is really good. And the last thing is just add a little bit of lime juice. And I'm gonna grab another spoon just to give it a little swirl so I don't turn on the blender again. And I'm gonna, oh, that's really better. Yeah. Okay, so all we're gonna do now to serve it raw is I'm gonna add a little bit of this soup here. Okay. We're gonna put in there a few of these chips that I just got all nice and crunchy. Oh. And then I'm gonna do a teeny bit, for me, of serrano chile. Super fine. Haven't done it super fine here. Let's move this out of the way. Usually when people have trouble chopping, it's because they don't have space, which is what I was doing to myself. I'm gonna do that, very nice. You can add a dollop of cream if you want to, but I don't know that we need to. But you can if you want to. So, can I eat this one? I'm kind of hungry.
Sure.
Okay, sorry guys. So this one's for me. This is really good. So, okay, this is why you don't eat on camera. So, these are Sopa Rosa Mexicano, and enjoy, guys.